Live right now from the main gate, SpaceX launch site, Starbase. It's February 25th, 2022. Paul Esmamakos with Ocean Camera Space Corp. I'm in my truck looking at the view outside. Going without a microphone right now, so I'm just doing it live inside the truck to protect from the wind sound. We can get a good shot right now of the 5 of those white tanks that were brought in. I don't currently see anybody on the live stream right now. Oh, 2 people. There we go. Good. Got some people. A couple days ago, it was just the one person was showing up, but it was I heard it was like 50 people or something more, something like that. So good stuff. I'll be here for a bit, and then I will go, after this, I'll go over to the remote camera site, tighten up the cables on that live stream 24/7 camera. I was just over at the build site doing some video in front of Starship 22, 15, 16, and getting some shots of the high bay, higher, wider bay as well. Some of the things I'm working on are an Arduino. If I can get the Arduino working with a vertical, if I can get some motors hooked up to the Arduino, then I can remotely move and adjust the camera angle on the 24/7 camera. So that's one of the things I'd like to learn how to set up. I know Joseph Cohorst knows how to do that, and maybe some of the other people at Makerspace X, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm gonna probably watch a bunch of videos and see if I can figure that out as well, and then I can ask them for assistance. I'd like to see if I can get that figured out for myself, and then I'll do a video on how to do it. So if any of you have a camera and you'd like to set up some type of or any other project. See, I believe the Arduino is going to be used for all types of things. So I'm looking to be able to, for what I'm looking at is to do I have a remote camera going. I can access that remote camera now from right here in my truck if I want to, or from my other laptop, so I can access the laptop at the camera, remote 24/7 camera, from any laptop and from any phone, because there's a bunch of different programs that you can set up. You gotta activate the phone or the laptop, but after it's activated, then you have the ability to use it, remotely. So the next feature for that would be to add the ability to tilt and pan and focus and maybe turn on and off the camera and stuff like that. So those are things that I'm looking to do next with that Nikon P1000 camera. Someone also mentioned to me a while that if I had a wide lens, then I could see at nighttime, and I'm not familiar with that. I know there's also the infrared technology to see at night. I'm not sure what type of options there are for night. I could adjust the ISO, but I'd have to be there in person to do that. I don't know if I could do that remotely. I don't think it can really adjust automatically either. So when I can maybe there might be an opportunity for me to, I think it's already on auto, the ISO, but if it's not, then I can adjust that. But to get really good night shots, I think I would have to have infrared camera or a much wider lens than I do currently. So I'm not it's a new area for me to learn about how to shoot at nighttime for being able to see just like it were daytime. So if any of you have those skills or that knowledge, for sure share it, pass along the info. I like to learn and improve. As we can see, the fog that area on the top left that's dark is my top of my truck here. I can zoom in and get that out of the shot there. So again, we got this fog. This fog has been here all day. If you look at the 24/7 camera, you could see that all day we've had this. I mean, it's awesome, but no, it's we can't really see too far, a mile or more away. It's pretty thick stuff, and it's been here pretty awesome. It's been here all day, and for several days now we've had this weather on and off. You know, we had a sunny day I think a couple days ago. So, no, sorry, let me tilt down. Quick disconnect. Good stuff. We had a bunch of light rain today. It's been, yesterday we didn't really have any rain. We had a lot of wind, but today we have wind and a little drizzle. For much of today, there's been a drizzle going on, so very light, misty rain. Yesterday, when I was live streaming from here, I couldn't get a signal, so the signal has improved since yesterday. That's something to be happy about. And when I was uploading yesterday evening, the footage, the 10 minutes that I got, it took several hours to upload that 10 minutes of video that I got. It's pretty intense, even on a Starlink, you know. Even from Brownsville, it took a long time. So it wasn't just out over here that I think the fog affected, even in Brownsville, the communications. So do they seem to be plumbing the new tanks? I don't see anything. I don't see anyone working over there. Sometimes they'll do that type of stuff on a Saturday or a Sunday. But I'll keep my eyes open. Good question. Thanks. I'll keep, since you mentioned it, I'll keep my eyes in that direction. I don't see anyone moving around in those areas right now. Got some guys over here parked, but I don't see any pipes or any I don't see any pipes being moved around right now. So to the far right, there is some machinery being moved. Let's see, I can zoom in on that area. I don't know if they're still affixing it to the concrete, the flooring over there. Maybe they're still doing some of the flooring. Yeah, that's some rebar they got over there. So I think maybe they're still setting it into the, securing it, fixing it to the ground is probably what they're doing right now with that rebar. They're gonna be pouring probably some more cement, concrete, pouring some more concrete. Leveling off the area back there. Probably didn't have all the ground flat or in the right way, or maybe they couldn't do certain things until they got it into place. So they gotta get it into place. Permanent fixture. For the 24/7 live stream, the Nightbot it doesn't differentiate between if there's more than one stream going. So if there's a bunch of chat and everything like that, it'll every 20 or 30 minutes it'll post something based on the chat, including the chat on other streams. So that's why it posts so many things, even though it's not very active over there. That's why if I'm doing another live stream and there's a bunch of chat in the other live stream, it posts every now and again based on the amount of chat. Silver, thanks. Nice to see you earlier also, Silver Fox. Thank you. Mr. Smith. Let me go zoom in. Here we go. That's better. I'm staying inside today because I didn't bring my better mic with me. I have a mic that I was using this morning, and I left it where I was setting up the that garden area. I had a headset mic over there by Starship 22, 15, and 16, but it's not the best. So. And they have this the big SpaceX crane here. They used it to offload those white tanks. I'm not sure what's going to be the next use for the white Marvin, so-called Marvin lever crane there to the right of the tower, but it is now pointing in away from the road here, and it is up. There's a bunch of work going on over at the build site with cranes and stuff like that as well. So. When do I think they'll stack again? That's a good question. Oxygen tank just went by. That was an oxygen tanker. Whenever some people have floated the idea that they will do a static fire, possibly after, with the Starship stacked on it of the boosters, static fire of the booster with the Starship on it. So LG says the same tanks are coming at the KSC Starship launch pad over there. All right, so these same white tanks are going over there too. There's a bunch of smaller, like quarter size or third. There are tanks about the third of this size, or maybe even a quarter of the size of this tank over there at the Sanchez site next to the build site. At the build site. And I was thinking about doing a live stream of that just up the road off of Remedios from that area. I did a live stream half hour from ago. But I'll get that another time when it's more clear to me what's going on. But over behind the Starbase sign over there at the Sanchez site, there's a bunch of short trucks in the general area of that 5 generator natural gas or natural power plant, multi-fuel power plant they have over there at the Sanchez site. So they got a bunch of new short tanks over there as well. So, and the big blue tarped methane tanks that they had are still over there just behind that Starbase sign in a new position. So they may be getting ready to do some building of the larger power plant over behind that Starbase sign. Yeah, I'm in the truck because it's chilly outside. Yesterday I didn't get any reception, and mostly because I left the good microphone at the house. Yeah, this window we're looking through is not the clearest window, so there's some stuff on the window here too. Maybe some fog. It's fogging up this window. probably do another 5 minutes and then get on with the, I want to go to tighten and maybe add one more cable to the remote camera. I have a cable over there and I've got 2 ropes, and I attached one of the cables a couple days ago. I left the rope on one of the rope areas, but there's a second area with a rope that I have a cable that I want to replace the rope with. And I'm looking forward to maybe attaching that second cable out of 6. There's 6, and there'll be 6 total. I've got 6 wired cables up there right now and 2 ropes, and if I can replace that second rope with a cable, then that might take some of the motion off that remote camera, and I can also tighten up some of the other turnbuckles. So I'm thinking about doing that this afternoon. So. I added a sponsor page. I guess I'll do some like housekeeping kind of thing, some items. So I'm working on I have a Raspberry Pi that I have on loan from somebody. I have a Arduino on loan from somebody. So I'd like to see if I can get those working, the Arduino and the to move the servos for the camera and the Raspberry Pi to a live stream. See if I can get that functional. If that's true, then I have more capability here at Ocean Camera Space Corp. And theoretically, the Raspberry Pi could send the signals to the Arduino, and the Arduino could run the camera. So it's pretty interesting, the types of things that you could do. Maybe I wouldn't need the Arduino, and I could do it all with a Raspberry Pi if I were gonna, but I may need the Arduino to move a servo or something like that to adjust the camera with I'm not, I got to see, maybe that's more computing than I need, but nevertheless, both of those mini computers will be useful for all types of projects. So that's one area I'm working on. I created a tour for people who would like to get like a 3-hour tour of the site, and maybe the build site, the start and the launch site here, possibly the beach in the warmer weather, and maybe a place or 2 around town. We can do some stops, but going forward, that is available. It's currently active, so the tour is active, and we could do people up to 14 people in the van there. So another item is I have a sponsor page now on the oceancam.space website, and the sponsors, there have been people who've helped out over the last year in all types of ways. And if you'd like to be listed as a sponsor, your business or whatever, it would be nice if you do get a sale, if we got some type of small commission for driving traffic to your business. But either way, we're just happy to support you and your business wherever in the world and whatever you're doing. As long as you're helping people, you're doing something good, I'd be happy to showcase your business, and thank you so much for supporting us in the past, and maybe going in the present as well. So there's one business listed currently about boats and haulier boats, and that is on the Ocean Cam. If you go to the nav bar and you click to sponsor, also here in any live stream, you can just do an exclamation mark and do sponsor, and that'll show give a link to the sponsors as well. The Nightbot is another feature. I've been adding more features to the Nightbot here, so you can do an exclamation mark Instagram, and that'll give a link to the Instagram. You can do an exclamation mark in the chat here to the do exclamation mark email, and that'll give the Ocean Camera Space Corp email. Okay, Greg asks, I've been unable to watch last week. What are the 5 tanks, white tanks for? Those 5 smaller white tanks are for methane, is the thought that they will be, because the, I'll use my hand. Those 2 vertical tanks there, they didn't get permission to use those for methane because they needed to add, I believe, more protection, more walling, and the SpaceX didn't want to build some big walls to protect against the methane over there. So they didn't get permission to use just those last 2 tanks for methane, these 2 here. And the other ones are for other things, like those center 2 tanks are for nitrogen, and the far left ones are for liquid oxygen. And in the back, right behind this tank, the next tank over in the back there is for water. It's a water tank. And so we got, these were going to be used for methane. I'm not sure what those vertical tanks are going to be used for anymore. But the next 2 on the road side are for nitrogen, and then 3 in the back are for liquid oxygen. So anyway, so these 2 tanks, I don't know what they're going to be used for going forward since they can't be used for methane, but they have these 2 laid down tanks, and the big ones back there, like this, going in the back there are methane. And these smaller ones are also methane too, is what I've heard. So yes, Space Actu French. Those were the leftmost smaller tanks, horizontal on the ground there. And then they delivered 3 more of them yesterday morning, and I took some video of them last evening of these 5. They delivered all these 5, and I believe the wording is that they're going to be using for methane. So all these 7 tanks are going to be used for methane, is the thought. There are some other tanks which are in the horizontal position like these, which are for helium. And I heard that helium has a higher, you need a higher amount of pressure to form a liquid helium. So that's why the helium tanks are much smaller than the methane tanks. It takes more pressure to form a liquid in helium, with helium. If you look at a periodic table, it goes hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and it goes on. So hydrogen is the lightest element, and then helium is the next most light in weight, atomic weight. So helium is a very light, as far as gravity concerned, element, versus, say, liquid oxygen or some other element. I'm doing okay. Methane is a CH4 is a carbon is a heavy element, so it's much. I guess it is easier to form a liquid with it. Methane, liquid methane versus liquid hydrogen. I'm doing all right. Doing the best I can. Actu French, Space French. It's a nice day. I got some, as long as I do some good stuff every day, then I'm happy, If I make progress, move the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission forward and make some connections. If you do an exclamation mark here also, you'll LinkedIn, exclamation mark LinkedIn, that'll bring you to the LinkedIn, that'll bring up the LinkedIn link to the LinkedIn page. Does anyone know what happened with the road closure here today? It was supposed to be from like 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. See what time it is, just a moment. It's almost 4 p.m. now. I don't know if they canceled the road closure or what, but I was up around 6, 7 in the morning, and it was still active, that road closure. So I haven't seen any activity that would require a road closure to be happening. I can move the camera here to the left, and we can see way up in the left there. Sorry, that's my hand. They're working on that scaffolding up there, and that may be for some future concreting in or cementing of those, at least those white tanks back there, the big ones. Because they're in front of those big white tanks. So Michael, that would be maybe something they're working on. Sorry, with that may be some type of prep work for some piping or something. Another day I'll get out there and I'll do some live stream from the road out there with my other microphone. My window is heating up here. I should maybe open a window so it doesn't get too hot in here. Keep it cool, keep the windows from fogging up. I want to thank Mule Skinner Films for showing support for the channel. Good stuff. Mule Skinner yesterday, good stuff. Thank you so much. I'm gonna wash off the window here. Wiping off the window a little bit. There we go. Okay. I have Discord, but I don't use it. It got spammed quite a bit last summer, and you know, it wasn't worth keeping going. It is still there, but a lot of people don't really use Discord. Yeah. All right, I think I'll get out of here, you know, sometime soon. I'll get some views of the base of the crane over there. Okay, so what else have I done? So the housekeeping, I got the Nightbot. I've done a lot of features on the Nightbot. If there's any other suggestions you have for the Nightbot, let me know. I disabled the it was censoring the excess caps, but I disabled that this morning, last night, and so now you're able to do caps if you want to. You won't get timed out. Yeah, Greg asks another question. Why put the methane tank so close to the launch tower? Could possibly be a bit dangerous. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. There is behind that big, like the bigger white tank to the left, we did see, and I did see, and we can see a little bit from here, there is a dirt berm back there. So maybe they will build extend that dirt berm so that's behind this one over here. So they may protect it with that dirt berm. I have seen that berm. I don't remember whenever they built that, but they did have to compact all that soil, and somebody was up there with some type of excavator or something compacting that soil, because it is very compact and it extends across almost the entire back of the orbital tank farm to the left. If we were to look from the dunes, we would see that dirt berm beginning way back to the left of the orbital launch platform, and it goes parallel with this road in front of us, the Highway 4. So it goes the entire length of behind all those bigger white tanks, vertical, and all these horizontal ones up to the point of the back of those larger white tanks. But I assume they will extend that berm and protect, good question, protect more of these smaller white tanks as well. The real YT says fraud is the reason I stopped using Facebook. Yeah, fraud as well. I've experienced that on Facebook as well. Yeah, people using somebody else's picture and pretending to be somebody else is not fun. It just made an announcement over loudspeaker. It could have been about the weather or the wind speed. I'm not sure what it was, but or it could be about they're going to do some loud venting or something like that. And they were doing that last night. They were making some speeches about loud venting, and it wasn't really that loud, I guess, from out here, but it was potentially on a day without any wind, it would be loud. But on a day like today, with the wind and everything else, it kind of masks the loudness, the decibels of the venting. So in about 3 minutes, I'll end the stream and go to the remote camera, work on tightening those cables, unless something exciting happens here and I change the plan here. So. Get a picture of those guys at the base there. Another thing that happened last night, I saw a post by Jack at MSX Makerspace of a video that was taken in December. In December, there was a group from out of California and also out of the Connecticut, New Jersey area, representing SBS Korea, a Korean TV channel or cable channel out of South Korea. So SBS did a video, and they included the Ocean Camera Space Corp footage that they took late November, early December. And so they showcased, I posted a link to that in the Twitter, and I believe I also posted it here on the YouTube community chat area. So if you'd like to see that, if you haven't seen it already, or if you have seen it, I posted it on the LinkedIn as well. I don't know if I posted it in Facebook, but if anyone would like to post it on, I think it's already on Facebook actually. That's what I didn't repost it on Facebook, but it is on Facebook. But so we got featured in the South Korean space update in December. I think they got about 10,000 views, which is kind of cool. But they have like 2 million YouTube subscribers, and kind of a big deal. And that's due to Maria Pointer, Boca Chica, first neighbor here in the Boca Chica area to SpaceX. Maria Pointer made that connection and offered the opportunity, and thank you, Maria. It's good stuff. And a lot of people were also in that video as well, but I believe that was through a connection with Maria Pointer, and definitely my connection with it was through Maria Pointer. So that's how that happened. She's been a photographer here for a long time. I believe she owned a house here as well. She has a YouTube channel also. So I just saw that video though. It was it went live, I believe, in the middle in later December, late December is when they streamed it live on their show, the SBS television or SBS News Network. SBS News, that's what it is. SBS News Network. So pretty exciting. Some other housekeeping. What else? What is going on? I'm still reaching out to people on LinkedIn. If you do an exclamation mark here to LinkedIn on the chat, there's I've got over 200 space related. There we can see some venting from that vertical tank there below the loudspeakers. So they're doing some venting there. That's probably what that loudspeaker thing was about. Loud venting from near the loudspeakers. I don't know what that tank is for, but it is there. Mule Skinner says Boca Chica gal rocks. Cool. Yeah, thank you. So that's maybe, I'm not sure her website, but she is awesome. She's connected with lots of news networks. So if or when the launches begin happening here again, the next phase of launches, I'm sure a lot more news folks will be coming out. So another housekeeping, I'd like to keep developing that remote camera so that I got more capability, and so the next time they do, you know, down the road as they do more cryo tests or whatever, that I can adjust the camera remotely and get more than just a static view. I'd also like to get the audio working as well. This morning I did today I did a commentary. I posted a link here in the 24/7 later. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Awesome. I posted a link to the 24/7 live stream with a Twitter link where people could log in with and speak with me and other people on the Twitter audio. So you could, with voice, you could. So I posted that link in the 24/7 camera around sunrise, and I'll do it tonight again around sunset. So if you'd like to chat with, you know, into your microphone on your phone or wherever, I will post a link to that around sunset in the 24/7 cam at 7 p.m. So let's see what time it is. 3:59 p.m. right now. As long as I remember to do it, and as long as it's active and exciting, I'll keep doing that around sunset. So around 7 or so p.m. and around 7:15 in the morning, at least around now, I'll be posting a link to a Twitter chat where we can chat, you know, and that gets recorded, and you don't have to say anything, and you can still log in and listen and hear, but not say anything if you want to. But if you want to speak as well, that's fine. The Real YT says, may I ask why you don't include the chat when you release the video? I don't know how to, the Real YT. If there's a way I can include the chat, I'd like it to be done. The only time it seems that the chat gets saved is when it's going through the laptop. But if there's, oh, you lost the camera? Did we lose the video? Okay, sorry guys. When I checked the time, I may have messed up something. So let me know if somebody else, if you see some guys in a fluorescent yellow thing near the starship, at the base of the starship, walking away. If we did lose the black screen, okay. When I checked the time, I must have messed it up. So I'll end the stream here, and I will do another thing later on today. There's nothing I can do about this screen. Okay. Okay. What can I say? I may do another video from the house with commentary on the 24/7 live camera. So that's something I can look forward to doing later today as well. Tonight, I'll do another thing later tonight. So signing out. I apologize for losing the camera here. I shouldn't have checked. Knowing that the reception is poor over here, I shouldn't have checked the time by swiping down on the iPhone here. Okay. Good night. See you soon. Wherever you watch us, wherever we meet again. We will meet again sometime in the universe because we're all connected and we're not going anywhere. But so thank you. See you soon, and bye for now.